Welcome to the installation tour for the Elite Trimworks wall-paneled wainscoting kit. I'm Steve Maxwell, installations coach here at Elite Trimworks, and I want to give you an overview of the wall panel system before we get into the details of what's in the kit and how to install it. Now, the first thing I want to point out is something that you might not have noticed before. The wall itself forms the surface of the panels. The kit includes the pieces you see here, but this is actually the wall. Now that offers a couple of advantages. First of all, it makes the kit the most economical one that we offer. And second, it also makes it easier for you to install the parts because you don't have to worry about cutting and fitting the panels. The wall paneled kit comes in 3 different sizes. This is the 38-inch high kit. It also comes in a 60-inch high version and a 72-inch version, which also includes an optional plate rail for installing along the top. There are 2 other things you need to understand about the wall-paneled kit. First is that you can accentuate the look of the panels by painting the panel area a different color than the wall above or the parts that make up the wainscot. Also, if you've opted for a particularly tall installation, you can order some optional horizontal rails that divide that tall panel space into multiple segments. Versatility is another virtue of the wall-paneled system. You can place these styles anywhere you want by simply interlocking the mating profiles and then fastening the style wherever it looks best for your installation. There are 5 main components to the wall-paneled wainscoting kit. There's the bottom rail. This goes horizontally against the wall, tight to the floor, much like baseboard. There's the top rail, which, as you'd guess, goes on the top of the installation. The space between the bottom and the top rails are occupied by these stiles. They're vertical pieces of wood that span the gap between the 2 rails. At the bottom, if you wish, you can apply this shoe mold. That covers any imperfections and gaps that may exist between the bottom rail and the floor. And to cap it all off, we have the cap rail, which sits on top of the top rail to round out the installation. Now, let's move over to a wall and actually start putting this stuff up.